Welcome in, welcome in. It is game time. Let's get it. Let's go. Bear down. Welcome in to Mailbox Sports. Special day for everybody today. It's Christmas almost, right? We out here. We get to figure out exactly if any of the things that we have thought, spoke on, prognosticated, whatever word you want to use, we have exhausted all opportunities for hyperbole. At this point, the mail has to be delivered. I am your official play caller for today, Postman 1914. How you doing today? We may have other guests join me throughout the course of the day. We are going to attempt a pregame look ahead, talk about some injury reports, talk about some things that we anticipate to come in terms of the game. I think it's going to be interesting. Last game of the week one. Every game that I've seen thus far, in terms of my viewing eyes, has been a pleasure to see. I watched the Detroit Lions, albeit by the lowly Packers, destroy the notion that Ben Johnson does not matter. And now, on the exact opposite end of that, we get to find out how much one Ben Johnson actually does matter when it comes to figuring out whether or not we have the right quarterback, we have the right coach, we have the right team around them. Before we get to any of those things, let's not forget to pay attention to the injury report for today. Unfortunately, the Bears will be without one Jalen Johnson. No pun intended, but he does wear number 1. Kyler Gordon also a late scratch yesterday. Concerning in that regard that you never see someone get added to the injury list on a Sunday, but did happen nonetheless. So we have to go ahead and see how that shakes out for us. And in addition to that particular situation, as we suspected, T.J. Edwards would not be one to join us throughout the course of the day. So with those major injuries for the Bears, we obviously have questions. What's going on, Money? The question on the other end, I believe the only inactive matter for the Minnesota Vikings is their defensive captain, one Harrison Smith. The last press conference that I heard of in terms of Cable speaking about the Vikings defense referenced several times to Tutu as he refers to him. So not having their play call out there on defense, I'm interested to see how that affects some of the things that Brian Flores wants to do. Conversely, I am way more hyper-focused on the opportunity to figure out what it is that Dennis Allen would like to do. Just on the strength of the 3 persons that I mentioned that are injured. 1, who steps up? 2, is there someone who can actually step up? And 3, how does Dennis Allen deploy those particular players? Do we do something different? Do you adjust, like I said, on the fly for the player? Does the player already know how to fill into what the game plan was for the day, so on and so forth? Gives me some concern, but I would say that it is very minor in the context of week 1. You are going against what some call a rookie quarterback. I know that not to be true. We are going against a first-time starter. He did get all of the opportunities to take the mental reps, go on the trips, and do everything except take snaps. Sans the preseason, I believe week 1. So he does have at least a snap being taken in the league, but we do want to get to the point of understanding exactly what it is that Dennis Allen wants to do with the defense. As today, that would ultimately, at the moment, and I never thought I'd say this, my defense is what I would be most concerned about in terms of the area of focus for my team. How do they focus on my defense and attacking it with those players missing? How do we mitigate any drop-off? Because as we know, starters are starters for a reason, so there will be a drop-off in play. How do you go ahead and nullify that or make adjustments? If we see Luther Burden coming out of the tunnel right now wearing a newly donned number 10 next to his fellow rookie Kyle Monangai. So Kyle is going to be the number 2 running back tonight. Interested to see how his carries go. I did not hear a scratch for Roschon Johnson either. So I'm interested to see how all of the running backs will be deployed. Obviously, I think DeAndre gets most of the carries. It's a blue cup day. It's not a red cup day for me. And so I think it gives the defense the best opportunity to succeed if the offense does the things that it needs to do. And I think that the best way to give the defense the best way to prep, you want to go ahead and attack it in the sense of staying on the field offense. So as much as sometimes you like those quick drives, boom, 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 6 plays, we out. Maybe sometimes it takes a 13-play drive, I should say, to get down the field, maybe burn 8 minutes or so, give the defense a large breather at times so that they can recharge the battery. No need for a Montez to be off of the field, or maybe even a Grady Jarrett. You may be able to deploy everybody as often as possible. We still are down Austin Booker, so that is something to keep your eyes on. And I do believe that covers everything defensively on the injury side that would give you pause. Obviously, I would think that the pass rush is where my problems or concerns still arise, and that is considering the fact that we actually do have a lot of injury to the back seven. With that being said, I do think that we have the necessary pieces to go ahead and pick that up. And so I'm interested to know, what do you guys think? Will tonight's game be decided based on the injuries that the Bears have on their roster tonight? Or do you think, conversely, that those things will be more of an issue for the Vikings and their defense without the defensive play caller being there? Mind you, I do believe T.J. Edwards was the play caller for the Bears last year. I don't know how that works this year. I don't know who he is, but we shall see as J.J. McCarthy warms up on the sideline. And I guess, how can I put it? I guess Heckler, one money man JT, is going to give us his thoughts about the city that he spent a great deal of his time in. Christian Darrisaw is out as well. So I didn't know that about the offensive tackle for the Vikings. Christian Darrisaw is inactive. Also, the backup defensive tackle for Elijah Williams is inactive. Harrison Smith. So they got 3 key defensive injuries. Two defensive, one to the offensive line. Let's see if that would assist our defensive line in getting some pressures. Maybe getting some sacks tonight. Fantasy alert. I got a few Bears in my lineup. I want to see if that pans out. I got a few parlays. I know that money is a parlay guy. And y'all guys, let's get this special call. Give me a moment. Yo. I'm in you're not in my Discord, are you?
I'm not. Let me hold on.
Duh.
I'll hold on, let me see. Okay.
Pardon me, people. I'm letting a special guest in.
Oh, I see it. I think. Oh no, this is expired. Oh no, I think it might be on your profile.
We about to handle it anyway. That's how that goes. Bam. Go ahead and get that special one. So you should have just got a special delivery.
Got it.
And I am in the sports room.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
And there it is, people. No channel status. But we do have a bit of a albeit for today's purposes, we'll playfully say an enemy, but we got a special friend that gets to represent for the opposition, so that everything is not so one-sided. Even though the game will be, we gonna welcome in one of my streaming friends. How we doing today, Berserker, aka Ragnar's right hand man? How you feeling today, bro?
I'm feeling good today, bro. Thank you so much for having me on Mailbox Sports. I appreciate you, brother.
Man, we don't oftentimes get to look at games from everything is from a fan perspective. Let me just preface it that way. But I don't get to see it from a lens that is not orange and blue. That's the best way I can say it.
Sure.
Everything is pro Bears, and obviously as the season progresses, it gives me the best opportunity to be able to interact and engage by having somebody who does not see it, in fact, my way. So we just went over the injury report in case you do not know.
I know.
Well, just so we can recap, whose injury list would you prefer to go with first? Your boys or mine? Because they both seem to have some ramifications to go behind this.
Definitely ours. I didn't want Christian Darrisaw to really play this first game anyway. We need him in the long run. Sit him. Harrison Smith has not practiced all training camp. He's dealing with an illness. They have yet to disclose what that illness is. big prayers out to Harrison. I think we would both agree, legendary football player in
Just
our,
spoke
especially in our division as well. So we hope that he's well.
He's well.
Everybody else on the list are backups and scrappies, pretty much at that point.
I figured people look at it that way, but even in this particular instance, I don't want to look at it in a minute fashion, only because I don't know exactly how depth is going to be tested by every team. Smell the roses, welcome in. Hey, I got what I call a YouTube celebrity over here. Hey y'all, it's gonna be probably already is copyrighted, and it's gonna be on T-shirts coming to a stream near you. Nonetheless, my concern for injury, although my defensive backfield should be my most concern, obviously I would think most people, Jalen hasn't did anything much like Harrison, and so I did not expect him to play. Well, let me rephrase that. I did expect him to play. However, looking at the schedule, when you realize that we play a short week and we are back on Thursday night, it makes all the sense in the world to sit both of them because they are both dealing with soft tissue injuries. So hamstring could linger on for the rest of the season. We do not want that to be something that derails my team in the fact that I think that any successful team needs to have a balance, meaning your offense or defense can be superior, but the complementary unit has to be at least at the bottom of what I call average, i.e. there are 32 teams in the league. You should be no less than 16th if your team is able to compete for a championship, in my estimation. I don't see that to be the case for my team at all. In the interim right now, we'll play everything as it goes. I do have high hopes and expectations, but I think that to achieve those expectations, I need all guys. But TJ Edwards is the guy that nobody would have thought in Chicago that we needed the most. TJ comes along after the departure of Roquan Smith, along with the addition of Tremaine Edmonds, and everyone looks at it as though Tremaine should be the guy because he got paid as such to replace Roquan, for lack of a better phrase, because I don't think you can replace Roquan. Nonetheless, when you look at the way in which the numbers have went, the only reason that TJ Edwards has not been All-Pro and a Pro Bowl nominee for the past 2 years is because his name is TJ Edwards. And I say that because when we compare stats to one Fred Warner and one Roquan Smith, his stats were better than both of them statistically last year. Nonetheless, their names and the lack of success that my team constantly has would put you in a situation where you do not get any respect in any capacity, which is respected by me. You don't deserve any praise when what are we praising? At the same time, the recognition of such would be something that I would be heavily happy and welcome to see. Unfortunately, since the preseason, I'm not seeing him, so don't even know that his soft tissue injury, once again, is ready to go. So we'll ride this rodeo best we can, and my hopes have heavily relied on the offense and in terms of it being reshaped this year. So I'm going to go ahead and have that. I have one question for you real quick, and it's something that's been kind of on my mind as I walk my route today, because they spoke ad nauseum about J.J. McCarthy, and you understand that with the 10th overall pick, we selected Colston Loveland. Mm-hmm. Those two are BFFs. And so I wonder do you think that my tight end thinks that your quarterback is indeed a legit QB? Not from a friend's standpoint, but like so serious. All these guys in the league kind of know if a dude is a dude. Do you think that Colston thinks of your quarterback as one of them dudes?
I would say so. I'm not sure. See, and this is like just a part of life in general. You can know someone, you guys be BFFs, all of those things, right? but does he know him as the Vikings starting quarterback, right? Does he know him as the quarterback that's been coached up by one of the best QB coaches out, the coach of the year, Kevin O'Connell? Those things matter, you know. As we see, Sammy D, Mr. Ghost himself, didn't work out so well towards the end, but we saw his game rise, right? We saw the Pastronaut come in in a few days to win a game, right? So has he met him yet? And unless they've been playing together in the offseason, maybe they have. I don't know if he can say that or not.
And go ahead, keep going. I'll
what I will say
in a minute.
Okay, what I will say is that regarding my quarterback JJ McCarthy, of course, there's a lot of uncertainty around him. In Michigan, his history is he hands off the ball. We're going to run, right? And honestly, with the Vikings, and you could say the same, we need a little bit more running because we throw the ball a heck of a lot. We sucked at running. Okay. We brought back Aaron Jones, of course. We bring in one Jordan Mason, a little bit more beef there, coming through the line. And so, of course, there's a lot of doubt, national media doubt. What I found, as I know that you already know, did I pause? Did I? Okay. As you already know, the national media really doesn't know a lot about these teams that they talk about. So what we saw was one specifically, and hopefully I'm okay with calling him out on your show, is Colin Cowherd, okay, and Diana Rossini, okay. They come to talk all this trash. Then Diana comes to training camp with our joint practice with us and the Patriots and watches JJ McCarthy throw 8 touchdowns and carves up their whole first team defense. And now all of a sudden, the whole narrative about, we don't know, he's not great, he just hands off passes, all of a sudden changes all over the place. I find that very, very interesting.
I don't find it interesting for Diana to do it that way. You know why? Oftentimes, and I listen to a lot of local radio from my team, you do have people on the outside who never take the trip to find out what it is that they're actually spewing. And a real sidetrack, because I just saw something in the chat that is kind of comical to me. Smell the Rosa says, my Falcons need a kicker.
Oh my God.
If I have not heard that particular phrase or statement in some capacity at least 17 times a day, and I'm not being hyperbolic, I could. And it is not from the Falcons. That's add a new team to the list. I am very prayerful that mine, meaning i.e. Cairo Santos, does not get blocked to the bejesus and add himself to that list. Back to what was going on in terms of the narratives. By her being able to go to camp, witness some things for herself, and be able to land a better opinion, I can respect her backtrack. Whereas a Colin Cowherd is a clickbait machine, and
talk about it.
I understand that he is going to be way more successful with this thing than I can ever imagine. I could give 0 F's about Colin Cowherd and his assessment as much as some of the other articles of Monash that I've seen and heard about this offseason. And I say it only because my grandmother has always given one adage that's going to stick with you. There's 3 sides to a story. Yours, mine, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. I don't take everything to be totally trash and you shouldn't talk about it. At the same time, most of the things that he says are strictly for a shock jock value on TV. And Skip Bayless and the likes of people like that, I've never had much of a affinity for a hot take. So when you do it, it's on you. But when you're able to go back and open your eyes and see something for yourself, which is what both of these guys get to do tonight. Both of our quarterbacks have questions. I am befuddled in some ways by the way in which my quarterback is questioned. And I'm only befuddled because as a fan, I know, or I think I know, the reason why you would even come to this conclusion. Mm-hmm. But you're basing the assessment of my quarterback on a team record. And I say that because C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels, those are names I've heard a lot in the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
In C.J. Stroud's rookie year, he lit the world on fire, and he actually had a record for a rookie. And the only person who ever done what he did was one Thomas Brady, and he did it maybe in year 13. So that was a historic year. I think 4,600 yards, bop. He went through all of the gamut. Last year, he had 3,700 yards total. So I think it was 36. Don't give me the misquote on the actual number overall for his passing yards. 3569 was one Jaden Daniels, and 3541 was one Caleb Williams. All of those guys threw no more than 25 touchdowns, with Jaden having the highest amount, and Jaden also having the highest amount of interceptions. Yet, the difference between those three quarterbacks, playoffs, 5-12, and got everybody fired mid-season. That's how they're going to spin it. So, my question to you is, why do you think there has been so much, and I'm going to just use a word I want to use right now, vitriol for my quarterback? Because I don't think that is totally warranted, the way in which they described him throughout his rookie year and moving and up to this point.
I think a lot of it has to do with, well, first of all, the Bears had come under fire, right, in the public eye, especially their head coach. You guys hosted Hard Knocks, did you not? You guys hosted Hard Knocks as well. So people, we live in a day and age, especially in media and social media and things of that nature. People are looking for clicks, looking to go viral without any context. This offseason, there was a clip going around of Caleb Williams throwing passes into the net drill, right? So we take this one clip of the net drill, but they chop that one up. But if you look at all the rest of the clips, he's nailing the passes in the net.
They don't want to show you those. They don't care about those.
Show that. So I think that's where we have to be. We got to kind of be careful. This wasn't the number one pick for nothing. He wasn't a guy at USC for nothing. He didn't throw all those pass yards out of pixie, fairy tales and pixie dust. Like, these are real life things. And sometimes it doesn't work with a certain regime around the quarterback, right? He admitted, he was like, hey, my last coach, he didn't properly show me what I needed to do when it came to film study, right? I have a coach now who will guide me through those steps. And sometimes it doesn't matter how long you've been playing football. First of all, it's the top 1% here. Most people in their lives will never play in the NFL, nor touch a field or put on a helmet to get it on. So Exactly. Sometimes we just need someone to hold our hand a little bit, and that's not a bad thing. Like, people act. This is my problem. People act like getting help is a bad thing. If you want to improve, then you got to get some help. And so he has somebody who he said he wanted somebody who's going to hold him accountable. Well, guess what? He has a coach that's going to hold him accountable. Who, when we're making mistakes, or if a mistake is made on the play field, hey, we're diagnosing that in real time. On the sideline together. Those type of things make a difference in a young quarterback's life. And in year 2, I do expect to see him make significant progression, significant steps. I feel like we will see some of those mistakes because he had it in his DNA. For certain things that will work in college, you're going to have to figure out that they don't work in the NFL, right?
Yep.
So those coaching steps that will bring him out of that, some of those routine things, I'm looking to see that this year. And when it comes to Caleb Williams, you got to turn off the social media, because people, for some reason, they just like to clickbait him for forever. I don't get it, but yeah, I think he's going to be fine.
And speaking of Caleb, the Bears are coming out of the tunnel right now. I just seen a nice little, what I call a waxed poetic type of thing, or a circular moment for J.J. McCarthy. They got a still shot of him kneeling at Soldier Field. J.J. was born in Illinois. They can spin the narrative and all this old Chicago crap. Yeah. He is not from Chicago. I wouldn't. He's from what we classify as Chicagoland,
Okay.
He is from a surrounding city, one of those suburban types, and I make no disrespect or bones about it. But as I argued, and I did argue, it wasn't a debate in college. I argued. If I were to mail you a letter, would it go to Chicago, Illinois, or nah? And oftentimes it was nah. And I'll give you some examples. Berwyn is not Chicago, because if I mail you something, we are mailing it to Berwyn, Illinois. If I mail you something to Highland Park, you are from Highland Park, Illinois. If you are from Lake Forest or Crystal Lake, those are both cities around Chicago. But I won't piss on them. JJ been a Bears fan just like me since a kid. I know that has to be like the most weird thing in the world to have to play against the team you cheer for like throughout your entire life, especially if you're a football player. You grew up loving football, and you grew up loving it at home. Like JJ, they just showed a picture in 2007, and he's like, I think 4 or 5. And that's comical to me right there, because God, you were 4 in 07. It's making me feel dated, but
big facts.
blessed to be dated, I guess. You know, you got to see all things. I've seen many seasons, and just like that 07 season, I was there for the Magic. 40 years since my Bears won a Super Bowl, and we're going to get to brass tacks before kickoff. We talked about injuries. We talked about storyline. Mm-hmm. Give me some things that you think your team will do well and your prediction for the game.
All right. So I think I'm going to call it now. We're probably going to have a top 6 offensive line in the league this year. I know we added some new pieces on our line. Our guard, Jackson, he's very, very good. Donovan. Very, very good. Donovan, yes. Since I've been watching tons, you know me, I'm a Vikings connoisseur. So I have all training camp, all types of videos or whatever. Very, very solid. I think the one preseason game where it looked like he got a truck, but he actually stumbled over the center's foot. He fell down. But I think I know other people have kind of, said something about that. But the advantage that we have to our interior offensive line is that our center and our right guard, Ryan Kelly and Will Frey. They have both played together for an extensive period of time, a couple of years on the Indianapolis Colts. I feel like that chemistry does warrant some respect versus bringing in, a center from here and a center from there and putting them together and let's try to build the chemistry here. So those are some of the things. That protection is going to be the key for JJ McCarthy in his first year. And I think that is the key to having great success for rookie quarterbacks. So if that interior pressure or interior line can withstand some of that pressure, I think he will be pretty successful. I'm also looking for his layering. We know that he has a great zip. In training camp, one of the weak notes of JJ McCarthy is his layering, his touch. Some of that touch. He has some of that great zip, but the touch sometimes, Kevin O'Connell, he's working with him on that. So that'll be nice to see. And then, man, the bulldozing company is coming to town. Hargrave, Allen, Grenard.
What's my boy Ben Ginko? Yeah.
Miles, second year, Miles Turner. Let's see if he's improved. These guys are coming to town. The beef is here, so we'll get to see that today. And there is a guy that I want you to look out for, Postman. His name is Dorian. Is it Ingram Hawkins? I want to say is his last name. Nice, linky guy. Great speed on that interior is one of the reasons why we sent Harrison Phillips. We traded him away because he has just looked so good in training camp and in process. And that's one of the biggest things I will say that we hadn't had very well in times past. The development of players. We have been able to shed off these big contracts because we are developing guys. Guys are growing within the system. And that's what you want to see. That creates longevity. Now, my GM is terrible at drafting. Okay, He's horrible. He's horrible at drafting. All right. I think we have 3 picks left at this point in time. But he's great at finding UDFAs for some reason. He's a UDFA guru somehow. Tonight's score, I'm going to go 24-21. And can I rant really quick before I
go right ahead?
Get out of here, Brody?
Go ahead.
I want to stick up for all Bears fans right here, right now. Okay. The city of Chicago, you need to do better. Okay. The fact that your players or any NFL team has to go out and play on a field that looks like that today is absolutely absurd. Okay. The fact, I hope that you are not trying to sabotage your team just because they're moving the heck out of there because you guys won't take care of what you should be taking care of. Bears fans deserve better. This is a historic franchise and they deserve better and they need better, which is why the heck they moving out of there. So don't be mad. Don't be sabotaging out here because there's no reason why you should be seeing the lines of sod on the NFL field at all before the beginning of this game.
Oh, it's a real reason. It's called poor planning. Don't give a F-ism because you understand it takes 7 days for those sidelines to reattach, but yet you had a concert that would allow you only to have 5 days for this to work out. So when it tears up, like you said, this is for the world to see. And it gives more credence to the fact that this is the instance where you, Chicago Bears, get to have a valuation at around $8 billion and be like number 2 or 3 to Jerry World by owning your own paradise.
Big facts, brother.
Kevin built something where you are. You saw the fruits of it. Mr. Warren is in town, and you know how you get down already. So, in that one, I'm going to tell you something real quick before you got to get out. It's this guy, my head coach, Ben Johnson. Don't know what he's going to do as a head coach, but he is 4-0 against one Mr. Brian Flores in terms of neutralizing that blitz. 2.
Big facts.
Towards the second half of the season, even amidst the chaos, one Thomas Brown was able to instill something in Caleb to allow him to learn to get the ball out of his hands a little quicker. That in tune, allow him to have his best performance under pressure, i.e. against the blitz. And that was amongst chaos, like I said. That wasn't with a guru or whisperer as we allegedly have. 3, I got this interior line, and I got this guy, some average Joe. But he ain't so average. I'm very hopeful, and I think I'm even more confident that Joe is able to translate what he knows and allow us to have a pipeline of persons, as you just talked about development. I got a guy named Karan Amagaji that was maybe drafted as a raw talent from Yale a couple years ago. Got thrown into the fire, ironically, against your Vikings, and got exposed for what he didn't know. And I always thought of him to be a guard. As of now, he is a backup left guard on our depth chart. And I do believe that one Joe Tooney will allow him to eventually take over the reins in some capacity, along with a Luke Newman. So I like the interior of my line. Shout out to Drew Dahlman. Don't think I forgot you. Big money free agent. Kickoff just happened for us out there. And special teams is not something that I'm worried about as much as I'm worried about defense. But I do think my offense will give you guys something that you are not ready for in terms of the layers and the multiple layers of plays off of one particular concept that Ben will have for you today. 24-21 is ironic that we both have that as being the final score. Obviously,
yes,
we have it going in the opposite way.
Yes,
so take that over. Take them points on either side, people, for that good bet. I'm going to give this man a good skull and good luck to you, even though I don't really mean it.
Bear down, baby.
I'm hopeful that y'all don't do shit on this first drive right now. It's 1st and 10 for you out here. JJ having problems with the first snap. Oh, but he got a good pitch. He recovered pretty good. All right. And this a little play right there. I know you got a ride, but I like how you recovered, man. I appreciate you pulling up and giving me your perspective. God bless. We'll talk about some things later on because I got a couple questions for you about your film diving. We'll talk about that at some point. Enjoy the game, man.
All right, brother. Catch you later.
Yep. Alrighty, everybody. That is my fan opposition portion of the game. Let me see how my actual camera angle pops back in for me, just to make sure I'm on the right angle. So I appreciate that. He is an avid Vikings fan. Every week I will try to have a person that represents the other team. Next week, hopefully, I can get in touch, Smell the Roses, if you're still around, with the One Tie Pro, so that he can give me his honest assessment and breakdown of his team. And let me go ahead and try to get to my website so that we can get a live listen in to what's going on over here in terms of Bears, Vikes. Third and 2. Big down. Let's see if my Bears can stop him. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Get the sack. Get him. There we go. He down. Noah Sewell starting in place of. Look at this collapse right here. I want to watch this. Watch the pass rush. 55. Dale gets some pressure. Dangbo gets on the inside. All right. There we go. Now we've been hoping for a Dangbo and everybody gets some pressure inside Grady Jarrett. These new boys making it go. I know he a fan, so I want to have somebody weekly to go ahead and get in there. And I'm trying to find exactly what I need to do for my plus out here, my NFL plus. Good return so far. That's a good kick return by Devin Duvernay. That's a great return. Now I need my offense to go out here and do something that can't be replicated. Sorry about that. Let me log in so I can get to the game. Because we're supposed to be listening to the game right now. And how can we listen to the game if I'm not listening to the game? Caleb got his first possession out here. Come on. Get rid of the ball. Get the ball out to DeAndre Swift. Maybe a gain of 2 or 3. Braxton Jones gets a start. There we go. Let's see if this works. Come on, Caleb. Get rid of the damn ball. Way to go, DeAndre. First down again. I don't know why he's taking so long and dancing around out there, but he definitely needs to stop doing that.
The defensive lineman spun himself into the ground, but from the angle that we had, it looked like he was thrown to the ground. However, Caleb, head on a swivel, find the receiver left.
Bears on their logo at midfield on the left hash. Swift alone back. Everybody tight to the formation. Motion now to the left at Dunze. He'll serve as a blocker for Swift down the toss off the right side. He'll pick up 4.
Pick up a 4 for the toss.
He'll hit near the 44-yard line of the Minnesota Vikings, making the 46-yard line of the Minnesota Vikings. First time in enemy territory.
Up the middle. I've discussed several times with somebody in my group that DeAndre Swift will, in fact, learn how to run up the middle.
Took Swift off the field, used him the first
He's
3
been doing
plays
so
of the game.
up the middle,
Now we'll see how
getting
Ben
his. Now the
calls
rookie
this
Kyle
offense
Monangai will go
when
and get his
Monangai
chance.
is in the
So
backfield.
let's see.
7th rounder out of Rutgers, and he is a ball of energy. Smart football player, great contact balance. 2nd and 6, 46-yard line, Minnesota territory.
I get on.
One safety,
Anytime
make it
Pro
2
get a page, I need
safeties
to
back
find his
deep. In
email.
motion
That's
left,
what I do.
Burton, he
I go to his
hits the
page.
road and
That's
flies
what I
out
do.
as the snap goes back. Over the middle, Williams connects. It's Monangai. Dodges the
Pass the
tackler
ball
and
to
makes
Kyle
a
Monangai.
good gain to the 35-yard line of Minnesota. He'll pick up 11 yards on his first NFL touch.
Yes, that's how
Now
you
the
do it.
Bears have another first down. They're on the
11
march.
yards for his
10:30 to
first
go,
one.
opening
We on
quarter.
first
No
down
scoreless game.
action
What
out
we're
here,
seeing
baby.
out of the early Caleb Williams in this drive is the willingness to take the check down route. He's got
We're gonna hope we can navigate
Luther
y'all
Burden
through,
in motion.
you know,
He's
the
got
first
other
quarter
receivers
of this particular
downfield, but
situation, the first
innocently enough, Monanga's
half,
wide
something like
open
that, depends
on the
on how
other
we
side
get
of
it
the line
going.
of scrimmage.
Josh Blake Cashman, the middle linebacker from
One day,
center.
it's
Three-step
gonna be
drop.
a bit
Scanning,
better for us.
patrolling, and throwing on Cashman to the 30-yard line. Catch is made.
Another
It's
5.
scooped up there by DJ Moore.
DJ
Moore
Let's
with a
get some.
5-yard collection. Now the Bears have marched
I
now
got a
to
couple-
the
I got a
30-yard
couple
line of the Minnesota
parlays.
Vikings.
I couldn't even get to all of
Caleb
them right now.
4 for 27 yards on the opening drive of the season.
But
So you got Brian
4 for 4 and
Flores.
27
What is he
pretty good
thinking?
right
He's
now.
thinking Caleb Williams
He's
is
getting rid of
seeing
the ball
field with
fast
the
'cause he-
whip.
'cause he knows what's
He's
up with that
also
blitz.
willing to take center. Again, Theo in at the left outside tackle position outside Braxton.
Rookie Tyron Ingram Dawkins enters the lineup defensively up front for the Vikings. Motion to the right, Burden. Snap from center. Caleb on a handoff. Swift is brought down from behind the line of scrimmage. Down to the Grenard. Pro Bowler last year, 12 sacks, made an immediate impact, got paid too, and great player for the Minnesota Vikings. No gain, 3rd down and 5.
no game right there. It's 3rd and
Right,
5.
immediate
Let's see if we can get
penetration
something going.
Put the running back in a position where if he didn't have
He a
great
rookie.
vision, he wasn't
He-
going to be
he
able to
didn't- he
go
didn't see what was
anywhere
going on right there,
because the
and he got
defensive
tripped up real
lineman
easy.
was already in a
It happened.
tackling position by the time the handoff was made.
Opening drive of the game for the Bears, who got the Vikings off the field in 3. No score. Coming up on 9 minutes to go opening quarter.
Let's go.
Bears are the Viking 30-yard line. Looking at 3rd down and 5. Caleb with Swift to his right. Moore and Adunze to the left. Kometz the slot right. Zacchaeus motions right to left. Now back the other way. Play clock was winding down. Timeout called by Caleb Williams.
They're showing a 6-man rush there. Either the middle linebacker was
That's a
trying to
burn
pull
timeout
the
right there. I'm
into
not-
the
not
center,
happy about it per
come
se,
and then back
but it
out,
happens.
or they were going to bring 6 against 5 committed blockers and a running
We're gonna
back
try to
being
get
the
to this
6.
first
We're
quarter
brought to you
over
by
here,
your
and then we
Chicago
gonna
and Northwest Indiana
go ahead
Hyundai
and
dealers.
fan
Hyundai's
out.
award-winning lineup of cars, SUVs, hybrids, and EVs put your safety first with available class exclusive features plus America's best warranty. Visit your local Hyundai
I
dealer
do
today.
appreciate
The
everybody
Hyundai
pulling up.
broadcast.
Anybody
booth.
who is still around, go
Appreciate
ahead
it
and hit that like
as
button.
we venture into the great unknown of the 2025 season. And time now for our sideline report. The first of the year brought to you by Old National Bank, where
Who's that
relationships
line?
and
That's
results
right.
matter. Get old with the young man, Jason McKee.
John,
You already
John
seen with
Marino
Ben
look like
Johnson
twin
offense, right?
brothers.
A lot of shifts, a lot of motion. We saw the return motion by Romo Dunze. We saw a counter behind that. We're about to see another motion right there, but Caleb alertly called the timeout because he didn't like what he saw from the defense.
This
Okay,
time
you don't like what
in
you're
the gun
seeing?
with Komet
Good-
on his
good
left
thing to
hip.
recognize
Swift
that you don't like what
splits
you're
it off his
seeing.
left, along with Adunze. Back to throw in a tight pocket, dodging now, rolling to the right.
Gotcha.
Right away, race
Come
the
on.
Vikings. Throws to the sideline. Inside the 15-yard line is the catch made.
Yeah.
It is by Roma Dunze. Bears get it done.
Let's go,
Caleb,
Rome.
As he's always known
Got
to do,
him.
running out of real estate. That's prime time real estate for him. 12 yards and a first down to the 13-yard line for the Bears. They hurry to the line of scrimmage. Caleb under center takes the drop on 5, throwing
Look at
left.
that grab, man.
Zacchaeus inside the 10.
Toe
just
drag.
nicked on the play before he was tripped up and brought down.
And
by
Alameda
Jeff McClure,
Zacchaeus
the
is gonna be the
cornerback.
person
Bears
who
with
scored the first
tempo there to
touchdown,
get
I
things
feel like.
done as they enter the Illinois State University red zone.
Come on, I
The
need
Bears go
DeAndre
work
to
in
score
the
that first
Illinois
one.
State University red zone with more than
DeAndre
150
Swift on the
majors,
first one.
a top 10 college town, and greater earning potential. It's clear why students and parents alike love Illinois State.
That was a quick strategy call. They wanted to get the line of scrimmage and run before they could see if Roman Dunze caught
That's going
it
to be
or
a
not.
good highlight
Second
play
and
for
3,
us
stacked
today.
across the line of scrimmage. 2 tight ends come out in Loveland. Play clock at 8, whistles. 7:52 to go, opening quarter and scoreless.
DeAndre back out there for us.
Minnesota.
Minnesota
They
don't
got the
like
Vikings
Minnesota
on
don't,
their heels a little
Minnesota
bit.
don't like what we
But I
doing.
think
They need a
Carvajal
timeout.
is going to the line of scrimmage with that immediacy
You gotta
after
understand.
the Roma Dunze
Anytime a
catch.
defense
And
calls
so
a timeout or
Bears,
something like
that's
that,
something that we
you're
haven't
doing
seen
too
out of
much.
them
You're doing a
I
whole
don't
bunch
know
in terms
how
of
long.
creating for
And it
yourself.
just shows
And
you
the
the
defense can't
discipline
stop
and
you
the
on their
work
own
that
right
Ben has put
then.
in
So
to
as he
make sure
said,
that they're
you got you on your
strategically
heels.
ready
Means
if an
we got to take a
incident like that,
timeout
like
and
that
regroup
happens,
because right
even,
now
you know,
everything they
especially
doing
in
is
the red
working.
zone.
And we
If
can't
the
stop
Bears
none
win
of it.
today's game, Walner Law will probably make a donation to a local
Second and
Chicagoland
second and
charity.
3.
Walner Law handles the toughest cases
First drive
of car and
for
truck
my
accidents,
boys, and it's
medical
looking
malpractice, and
real
injuries on the
good.
job.
I needed
Walner
to
Law,
end
win with
in
Walner.
6.
Bears huddled up left to right. They're at the 6-yard line
Best
of the
way for it to
Vikings.
end
Second
is
down
in
and 3.
6.
Caleb go under center. Drew Dolman on the ball. Motion to right. Komet. Bears have a tight end.
Justin
Swipe
Jefferson
along
guy.
with the running
Lean.
back. He'll take the carry, bouncing to the left, but grabbed around the ankles and brought down. No space there or time to do something for DeAndre Swift, and a 2-yard loss. He is brought down by the young man Levi Drake Rodriguez, a thick-bodied defensive tackle.
So now it's
Yeah,
35.
inside penetration killed that play.
So now
that's two
a rushing
interior
touchdown
running
won't be
plays
the
that we've
first
seen
of the
defense
year.
have penetration
They
before the
throwing
running
now.
back could get to
I
the
think it's to a
initial
tight
point
end.
of attack. So that's
Give it to
something
Colston
we'll have to pay
Loveland.
attention to
Come
as
on,
this game
Colston.
winds on.
10th
Where
play
you
of the
at,
drive. It
Loveland?
started at the Bear 39. They've driven to the Viking 8, 3rd down and 5. Swift on the right hip of Caleb Williams. Snap back, pressure, pick it up by Tooney, rolling left. Williams got Greengrass, 10-5! Got it for the end zone! Throw him up, will you, baby?
on,
Touchdown!
touchdown!
Touchdown, Bears! 8-yard touchdown scramble. Caleb Williams, Bears have the lead,
Okay.
6-0, and an opening drive touchdown that they did not have in 2024. And points on that drive. And Caleb punctures the end zone on a big block by Joe Tooney, Tommy.
Well, you know, you got 17 games last year, opening drives. You brought it up. 82 total plays, 175 total yards for only 2.1 yard average, 11 first downs, 6 points. The last 7 games, no first downs.
There it go.
22 total
There
plays,
it goes, everybody.
12 net yards on
Right
first
now,
drives.
nobody's going to be able to stop us. I don't even know if I need to stay around.
It is good.
We got 8
And the
minutes
Bears have
left.
struck
I'm going
first
to
their
end
first
this
points in
at a real crisp
2025.
hour.
Ben
We're going to get out of
Johnson's
here the
drive,
best way I can.
Engineered
On a
by
positive
Caleb
note.
Williams. 10 plays,
Way to
61
go.
yards, and
7-0.
5.1. Caleb,
My Bears
perfect 6
doing
for
what
6
needs to be
for
done out
51
there, and it's making me
yards.
feel
Bears
real
have the
good
lead
today.
over the Vikings on the Bears Radio Network.
So the radio network is doing what it needs
Don't
to.
fumble the ball. Call Postman Law. They fight for everyday people who don't have deep pockets like big insurance companies. Postman Law knows
That's
their
right.
playbook, and they use it to get you results fast. And with over $3 billion won for their clients, Postman Law
That's
delivers.
right.
From auto accidents to workplace injuries, when you need a win, call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com for your free consultation. Others promise,
Falcons.
Postman delivers.
You
This
heard
is
about a lot of
attorney
Falcons
advertising.
games?
Illinois State University and Chicago's favorite football team have a lot in common. A long tradition. Illinois State is the oldest public university in Illinois. A history of success. Redbird graduates earn $15,000 more than the national average. And highly regarded recruits. Our newest freshman class is our largest ever. There's never been a better time to tune in on Sundays, and there's never been a better time to be a Redbird. Get started on a Hall of Fame career
And
today.
why did y'all
Learn
not
more and
tell
apply for
me
admission
it
at
was so hard to get these
illinoistate.edu/admissions.
I got to get more popular.
Turning
I got
65
to
get more
and new to
entertaining.
Medicare.
And
Humana might just have
Raquel,
the health plan you're looking for.
I'm going to have
Our
to get
Medicare
some
Advantage plans
feedback
offer
on how to get
coverage
these
and care
reactions
you can
going.
count on. You can
I'm
get a
gonna
plan with a
start
$0
figuring it
premium
out.
or an all-in-one plan
All
that may
these
include
good
medical
reaction
and
videos
prescription
and see if I
coverage,
can
as well as
generate
routine
a
dental,
bit
vision,
of
and hearing.
more of a
Learn
SBC
more at
appeal.
GetHumana.com.
Sports.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
You know, if we
Humana
don't
is a
know,
Medicare
we don't
Advantage
know out
HMO
here in the
and
SBC
PPO
world.
organization with Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan
When it comes to
depends
some
on
of
contract
this
renewal.
controversy with the
Summer,
sports
your
world,
wishes take
you heard
center
it here
stage
first.
at Wishfest
You know
at
most people don't
Potawatomi
hear it.
Casino Hotel, Milwaukee.
gonna figure it
Play
out.
your favorite games with your Potawatomi rewards card all summer for over $1 million in
Tyrant
prizes
cannot
and
be
earn
that
entries
far
into
ahead
the
of me.
Wishfest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count.
The
Plus,
Tyrant
5
cannot.
lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and rewards member to play.
Caleb Williams,
So they get the
career
ball
rushing
first,
touchdown.
but we got the
Comes
ball
on
best.
opening night here at Soldier
We
Field.
scored
9-yard officially on
7-0 right now. 9-yard touchdown run by Caleb
Five
Williams.
different receivers, and it's 7-0 Bears.
He
Jeff
spread
Joniak
that
down
thing
there.
around.
Jason McKee with you from Soldier Field. That touchdown brought to you by Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana, located 30 minutes from Soldier Field, I-80-94, exit 6.
Let's see if that drive created enough of a concern in Brian Flores. Now he has to be responsible
Yeah.
for the exterior
Yes.
of the offense.
And now we can
as
run up the
well as
middle.
the interior.
Now we can
Ty
gash him.
Chandler is one of the deep men. It bounces out
And
of
show
the
him
hop, taken
some.
by Miles Price, a rookie, to the 15, to the 20, and he is tripped up and walloped there, and it is Mr. Hardy. We love this player, Daniel Hardy,
get that ball,
who made
though.
a name for himself on special teams a year ago. with the team co-leader with 11 tackles, bang down the
Daniel
rookie
said he
Miles
needs that.
Price with
Bang them down.
urgency to his game.
When you see a guy go down with that immediacy and getting hit by Daniel Hardy, you know that it was a big-time upper body collision.
And we're
Great
going
job,
to do it just
Hardy.
because we got to make sure
That returner's
not
going to be
too
a little
much.
reluctant
Because
from now
even
on.
though
Return of
YouTube told me I
24,
can,
that's where
we'll
the
find
Vikings
out
will
very
start.
soon
Out of
if
the gun, backs
YouTube
on
really
either
allows
side
me to
of the
listen to
quarterback,
games every
J.J.
week.
McCarthy.
Let's
Takes the
find
snap.
out.
Going to swing it out the right flat. Caught
This is my
15-20.
purchase.
Running right to the 25 and taken out of
Yeah,
bounds to the
so
far
let's
side of
find
the
out. You
field.
never
Kevin
know.
fired over there. Montez Sweat hustling, and
First and
that's
10.
the great Justin Jefferson. What a player this man is, Tommy.
He is. I mean, and he's not the biggest
He got
guy.
about
6'1",
3 yards on that one right there.
195. He's been durable, but he's had some injury problems throughout training camp. So how
Man,
fresh
not to
is he going to
mention,
be? How many
it's been
snaps
a
is he
real
going to
one
be
ever
able
since that.
to give J.J. McCarthy
boy
and the
to come
Minnesota
home,
Vikings yet to be
Get a
seen?
quick shower.
Pick up a 4, second
Get
and
on
6,
in here,
6:30 to go.
we got
Opening
off
quarter.
at
Bears handled 8-7, nothing on the
6:30 now.
Vikings. This time, J.J. McCarthy
Having
under center.
dinner has not
Looking
been
at
had yet.
twin
We're gonna
safeties
have
back
dinner
deep for the
before
Bears.
halftime, so
Takes
it
the
has been
snap,
a wonderful
handed
day.
off, stopping, and now
Having the
redirecting up
experience
the middle.
of being able
And the
to
Bears
be
are all
present.
over it. Bunch of bodies on it. Many hats to the ball. That's where they want. Sewell,
Yeah, many
Daiwood
analysts and
Engbo, a
layers
couple
to
of the
this game
guys
that you
there.
have to
Gain
come
of
about.
2. It'll be 3rd down and 5 upcoming for the Vikings.
And
There
that
will
interior
be,
running game on behalf of
many
the
more
Bears
opportunities
defense,
throughout
it's
the
nice
course
to
of the
see a
year
bunch
for
of
me
those
to
big numbers
focus on the
on
game
top
on
of the running back
Sundays,
because
yet
that's what we've been
give out a
starving
bit
to see
more,
out of this defense
live
is
content
that
during the
interior
week.
defensive
Few more
line
premiere
influence.
videos as
Including
well.
Grady Jarrett there.
Please, if
Aaron
anybody,
Jones, the running back.
wants
3rd down
to
and
check out
4.
the playlist, mailbox, as
McCarthy
well,
with 10 of the
live
play
streams
clock and
there.
allowed Soldier Field rocking and
Sports
rolling right
shorts.
now. Brings Felton in
Is there
motion.
anything
Back to
non-long
throw.
form content?
Pressure coming.
Go.
Dodges the sack, but tripped up enough that the Bears are going to get credit for it.
That's right.
They were meeting at
Give
the
me a sack. I
quarterback
need a sack.
and
And I like a sack
humongous
because
rush
I
by
got
the
a
guys up
fantasy
front. Takes
team.
the Vikings off the field.
got it, though?
A
Was it
loss
Dio?
of 2, Daiwood Engbo.
Dio
Former Colt,
Odengbo.
one of the men
We've
there
had
for the
questions
Bears.
They
about
got
Dio
Montez Sweat lined
all
up
day.
far outside the right tackle.
Montez
They got
some
three
pressure.
defensive linemen to the left-hand side of the
Put the
center.
seatbelt on
So
him, baby.
now this
Fourth down
offensive
again.
line's gotta
We
figure
back
out
at it.
if we slide away from Montez Sweat, we're going to give them a one-on-one opportunity, but they
We
got to
back
get those
at
other
it.
3 blocked.
Right to punt. Duvernay, single safety to our left at the 15-yard line with 5:03 to go. Opening quarter, 7-0 Bears. Duvernay camps under a punt that had great hang time to the 18. Circles free of a tackle, and then the enforcements come. But I'll tell you, he's still fighting to the 25-yard line. There were
If that
3 or
don't
4
warm the
Vikings,
cackles in my
54
heart right
yards
now,
on the
it
bomb
has been a
punt.
real one,
7 yards
everybody.
on the
We're
return.
going to go
7-0
ahead and
Bears.
get on out of here.
4:51 to go. Opening quarter from
7-0.
Soldier
We get the
Field
ball
on the
back.
Bears Radio
It is
Network.
time. T-Miles, what's going on with you, baby?
Hey, Bears fans, it's
How you like
Sandy.
that first
Sign on as a
drive?
proud
How did you
partner
like
of
the first
Chicago
drive,
Bears.
man?
Just opened their newest furniture and mattress superstore in Maryville Plaza.
How did you like the first one, man? The boys out there looking like they looking. The boys are out there doing it, man. Hey, I know it's only the first drive, but tell me that drive don't look way different than Detroit. Tell me you don't think that Detroit is missing their main man right now. 2 of them. 3 of them even. And I'll say this. I think, it was a beautiful drive, man. I know you're going to watch it. You might be able to watch it again on Caleb completed all but 1 pass. And I may be lying about that. He may have been perfect. We had decent runs from DJ. I mean, not from DJ, from DeAndre. Kyle Monunga got his first opportunity on the field with an 11-yard reception. Rome got into the mix. DJ caught the ball. Olamide caught the ball. Let me see what else happened down here. And it culminated with Caleb rushing that thing in for a 7-yard touchdown. I mean, 9-yard, my bad. It was for 7. I'm excited right now. They got me realizing that by Aaron Glenn taking Taylor Engstrand with him and them keeping John Morton, they should have kept Engstrand, I believe. And I say that because I believe that Engstrand has more of Ben Johnson's philosophy nailed down. I believe it's going to cost them boys. Nonetheless, even with that, bear down simply because the Super Bowl team 40 years old today. They've been recognized and paid homage to all day today. So let's see if we got a little bit more of the game going on.
Sidelines, 4:51 to go, second quarter.
And T-Mars, let me know.
Vikings off the field.
You on your way home to watch the game.
Sacks by Javon
You need
Dexter
to,
and
you
Dio
need to
Adengo,
parlay and listen to it
respectively, on
here.
those
You let
drives.
me know.
And the Bears huddle up at the
We'll be on there
25-yard
all
line, and
day.
here we go. DJ Moore
take
and
that
Rome
camera
Odunze
off
out to the right side,
and
one back set.
get that
Caleb
food
under center.
done.
Crowding the box of the Vikings and twin safeties with a man in motion, Colston Loveland. Snap, play fake, setting up in the
Get
pocket to
Colston
throw.
in there.
Caleb gonna go short on the check down to the 22. Swift made the catch. Andrew Van Ginkel brought him down to the 25-yard
Colston
line
to get
between the
his ball.
hashes and inside the numbers.
DeAndre
Again,
on my fantasy
okay,
team too,
well,
but
checkdowns, just find your skill, move the sticks as best you can. There wasn't much there. Let's call it no gain, maybe a hair.
I'm encouraged by the protection because if you have that length of
Bro, I
time where
had
you
to
can sit
rush
back there and
home,
look for your downfield
get everything
opportunities,
together, and
to know
then,
that you have to dump it off that late to DeAndre Swift
Yeah, like
while
I
you're
just said,
still
I haven't
not
even-
being
I
hassled
haven't
yet
eaten
by the
dinner yet.
defensive lineman. I'm super encouraged by the drop back pass protection.
Triples out to the left. Loveland's in between DJ
didn't
Moore
get
and
to this
Rome
first quarter.
Odunze. Komet, stand up tight end, right side of the formation. Swift down the right hip of Caleb Williams. In the gun, takes the snap, 4-man rush. Good pressure coming. Caleb in trouble, dodges out of it, and up the middle of the field
Let's
he goes,
go.
30-35. First down, slides
Let's
to
go.
the 38-yard line, and picks up about 12 yards
Caleb
on that
has been
scramble.
showing
And in the
his
nick of
ability
time,
to
as the
maneuver
pocket up
and
the middle
scramble
started
and use
to
his
close on
legs
Caleb.
today.
It was,
and
but
I'm impressed
the
with it.
middle opened up, so he saw his escape.
He's seeing
patch, and
all
that
of the
comes
sides
to
closed up. He's
good
feeling
vision
pressure,
by the
and
quarterback
then
to
instantly he
understand where my
stepped up
outlet's going to be.
and took.
Was able to take it upfield and
because
have
sometimes
a
they
clear
don't expect
running
that to
lane
happen.
to get beyond the first
Right
down
here.
marker.
Protecting
Caleb
that ball.
averaged 6
Boom.
yards a carry last season, getting out of trouble, and he was in a bunch of it last year. 3:30 to go, first and 10, 38-yard line as the Bears have DJ Moore in the backfield. We saw this often. He gets the hand up and
Get it,
blasts
DJ.
up the middle.
Get it,
He
DJ.
initiates the contact across the 40 to the
They
43-yard
talking that-
line. How about that for
talking that
passing
craziness.
out of the
DJ about to
backfield?
get it this
Up-
year.
Up 5 yards, leaves the Bears second and 5.
But did you see how deep he was in the backfield? He was about 7 or 8 yards deep.
'Cause he went
which
ahead
is
of steam
highly
before he-
unusual
boom.
in the modern day football of how deep the tailback lines
what
up.
does that give him? I'm assuming better
Ahead of
vision.
steam.
Yeah, it gives him vision,
He
gives
needs
him an
to see.
opportunity to see the secondary look at where the hole could possibly open up, and a little bit of zone blocking.
Pre-snap motion, settling with a trio of receivers tight to the right.
That's
Single
right,
receiver,
Flores.
top of
You
the
ain't gonna
field.
stop
Up
him.
in his face is DJ Moore. Movement by the Bears.
Oh,
Darnell.
come on, 5'8".
Full start for 58 offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Come on, 5'8".
First penalty of the night. 2:40 to go, opening quarter.
Pre-snap penalties
Please, you've
what
joined
Ben
us.
will not
Yeah,
deal with.
For sure. Please, you've joined us 7-0. Bears have the lead on Caleb Williams. 9-yard touchdown run. Finishing off the opening drive. Vikings add some bodies on the field. Jalen Redmond races off the field. They're going dime defense for the Minnesota Vikings. Out to the left is Loveland. 2x2 and a back on the left tip of Caleb Williams. 4-man rush, back to throw. No blitz. Good protection. Slings it. Loveland joggles and keeps it at the 43. Rolls across the 45 to the 46 before he's upended. Concentration catch right there of 8 yards. Leaves the Bears third and a manageable 2.
Yeah, he put it out in front of
Way to
Colston
go,
Loveland,
Rook.
but then he bobbled it a little
Way to
bit,
go,
so it
Rook.
slowed him down.
He said, "I'm not
You
dropping
put a
that
ball
first
like
one.
that
It's
in
his
front of
first catch.
Colston
He ain't
Loveland,
dropping
where
it."
he never has to stop his stride. He's going to be
He
a
gone.
difficult tackle.
Thank you.
Especially if you get the defender in a trailing position.
First NFL catch for the rookie out of Michigan. 3rd down and 2. Caleb has completed his first
And
8
notice-
throws, takes
notice
the
that
shotgun snap, load
arm
to the left,
angle.
and it's caught by Odunze, but immediately on the scene, Isaiah Rodgers, the corner, and the throw unable to convert to a first down. The Bears will punt the ball.
Yeah,
Out comes Torrey Taylor.
Kind of had a little bit of a lateral look, so you really had to get that football and secure it, be interpreted as a backward pass. So
I don't know what
did
they
exactly what
I don't know what
he
they're trying to
needed
do right
and,
there. At the same
control the
time,
football.
Miles Price, the
I'm
rookie,
going to hope to
12.6.
see that formation again,
Texas
T-Miles,
Tech and Indiana
later
in the punt
on,
return game.
and see it set up something
In
else, I
single
believe.
safety to our right at the 10
So
on
maybe
the
it
south
didn't
end of
work right
Soldier
then,
Field.
maybe it's building
About a
up.
minute to go in this first quarter. Torrey Taylor on his left hash. Take the chest high snap, no pressure. Booms it off the right foot. Going back and not able to get it because it sails way out of bounds. No return there. That kick will be set down. Let's see. They'll put it inside the 10-yard line. So, hey, You got the job done there on the punt by Torrey Taylor. Pins
Right
the
now,
Vikings
the
deep.
defense is playing good enough because,
the ball when we return.
as I indicated, I think the offense is giving them a
Hi,
chance
it's Peggy
to catch a
Kaczynski.
breather.
You've heard me talk
and be
about how
totally
the village of
refreshed and understand
Bolingbrook
the game plan
continues to
when they
rank
get
as
out
one of
there.
the most
And so that's the
livable
points where I
communities
think
in
it's
Illinois.
The opportunities for things to go right for them. Excuse me. And what I don't necessarily like is that I need to be better in my play calls and my audibles at catching that commercial, because I do believe they will get me for those commercials, even if they don't get me for the game. And T-Miles, I'm going to start putting a link for the Discord, man, so that days like these and everything, when you want to, you can hop in the Discord and we can get it cracking and talk about things, chop it up the best way, fans know how. I appreciate you always being around, man. You always going to have your own thoughts about it. Soon we're going to be able to have an opportunity for call-ins and a couple other things, but we still building the brand. We're still working on being able to expand in terms of visibility, not being sleepy on stream, that type ish. Not and I got a couple things, like I do have StreamYard. I'm gonna learn how to utilize it, but I ain't got there yet. With that being said, we will absolutely get into what I think is a post-game breakdown. My hope is that if I'm off tomorrow, we'll be able to do so live. If not, I will be making a reaction video to tonight's game so that we can have a premiere video. As I stated in that particular premiere, I am interested in expanding the Discord. So, one, let's just see if you. This might close me out right now. If you want to, T-Miles, you go ahead and click the link. You can join the Discord. I'm going to try to do better at building the brand up in the post office so that we can have more satisfied customers and more involved fans in the production of the way in which things go. So feel free, click the link. I do have my own Discord. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Toss to Jordan Mason, I believe. Nice tackle. Noah Sewell, but he did pick up about 6 right there, I want to say. Nonetheless, everyone, it has been real. It is time to chill. Go ahead and eat that meal. I appreciate y'all pulling up on me today. Tune in the rest of the week. As Wednesday, I'm off. Wednesday, we will be getting into all things Bears. I am looking into, like I said, T-Miles, I don't know if you in the sports drama, my dude, but we're going to get a segment of junk mail going on this week. A little sports drama review so that I can tie into all of the people whom, that's what I'm looking for. The people who tap in and rock with me on YouTube, I do want to give them an opportunity to have something that's a bit more exciting and understanding for them. Right now, the Vikings has got a first down. Was it their first one? Quite possibly. I don't remember, but I don't want to see them get too many more. With that being said, there's plenty more left to be in store for us in the upcoming days. Click the link. Join the Discord. Until then, we are going to go ahead and get to mealtime for the best mailman in this house right now. In all time. Your boy. It has been wonderful. It has been real. I appreciate everybody pulling up. T-Miles. 24-21 was the score that I had for a prediction. My Vikings friend, picked the same score, but he picked it obviously for the Vikings. We shall see if either one of us was right. Let's see who's going to do the big one out here. Until next time, I will get up with everybody on Wednesday and tune in next week as we hope to get another special guest to break down the Detroit Lions and to find out if John Morton is just straight up dog shit and the likelihood that the Lions are back to lying again could be real. Let's see what Ty Pro has to say about it next week. Till then, we're going to move it along. Peace and blessings. Special deliveries coming your way. And we on.
Thank you.